All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're digging into a really wild theory from our source material, the idea that the brands you see literally every single day aren't just brands. No, they might be something, well, something much, much older. Okay, let's kick things off with this quote right here. The temples of old have been replaced by the logos on our shoes and phones. I mean, think about that for a second. What does that even mean? This is the jumping off point for everything we're about to explore. This huge shift in where we as a society put our attention, our belief, our energy. So that leads us right to the core idea. The theory basically says that the old gods, they didn't just disappear. Kind of like in the show American Gods, the argument is they just adapted. They rebranded themselves for the 21st century to survive. But how would that even work? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. See, the theory goes that gods are fed by our attention. In the old days, that meant sacrifices, prayers, temples. But today, what's the most valuable thing we have? Our attention. And of course, our money. We're not praying to statues anymore, are we? Nope. We're paying for logos and wearing them like a declaration. All right, let's dive into the first big example from the source. And trust me, you know this one. We're talking about Nike. The theory suggests this brand might just be the most powerful modern sigil of them all. So to get this, we gotta look at who the original Nike was. She was the Greek goddess of victory. Simple enough, right? But it's more specific than that. She wasn't just about winning a race. She was a goddess of warfare, a winged charioteer who flew alongside Zeus, helping him win the Titan War from the air. That last part is key. Victory from the air. And this is where the theory just lays it all out. Take a look at this comparison. The goddess's domain, victory. The brand's domain, victory, with a slogan like, just do it. The goddess's symbol was a wing. The brand symbol, the swoosh, which, let's be honest, looks a lot like a wing. And that key role, the goddess gave Zeus victory from the air, and what's the brand's most iconic product line? Air Jordan. According to the source, that's just way too many connections to be an accident. Okay, but it goes deeper than just cool symbols. The theory claims this sigil wasn't just sitting there. It was activated. And it was activated through a huge real-world tragedy that absolutely everyone was watching. And that event, according to the source material, was the tragic death of Kobe Bryant. Now, in the context of this theory, his death in a helicopter crash isn't just a tragedy. It's seen as something symbolic, a fallen star, a celebrity, a basketball god, literally falling from the sky. So here's the sequence of events the theory lays out. Step 1, the fallen star. That's the catalyst. Then what happens? Step 2, a mass offering. Nike gear, especially Kobe stuff, sells out everywhere on the planet. And then, step 3, the capture. Shortly after, Nicolas Maduro is captured, and the pictures they blast out to the world show him wearing, of all things, a Nike tracksuit. So the theory basically asks, is that all just a crazy coincidence? Or was that the final step of a ritual? And just when you think it's all about Greek mythology, the theory expands. It pulls in a whole different pantheon from a totally different part of the world, leading to something the source calls the Valhalla Protocol. This whole idea hinges on a really, really strange public comment from Kash Patel. He said he saw Charlie Kirk in Valhalla. I mean, Valhalla? Why on earth would a guy like that use such a specific, ancient, mythological word to describe a modern person? And let's be clear about what Valhalla is. We're not talking about just any old afterlife here. In Norse myth, Valhalla is a great hall in Asgard, but it's reserved specifically for elite warriors who die in battle. It's a warrior's heaven. So using that word implies there's a battle happening, a hidden war with modern warriors. Okay, so let's put these pieces together. You've got this strange Valhalla comment, which hints at some kind of hidden combat happening right now. The theory posits that this is an aerial war, fought with drones, surveillance, things we don't see. And that brings us right back to Nike, the sigil of the goddess whose entire specialty was victory from the air. You see how it all starts to weave together? But, a theory with just one example is just a coincidence, right? To show this is a pattern, the source points to another one of the biggest, most powerful brands on Earth, Apple. Now, according to this theory, the Apple logo, it might be the most powerful sigil hiding in plain sight. It's not just a cute piece of fruit, it's the bitten fruit,
the one from the Garden of Eden, the ultimate symbol for seeking forbidden knowledge, the act that led to the fall of man.
And the parallels here are, well, they're pretty striking. In the ancient story, you have the Garden of Eden. Today, you have Silicon Valley. The symbol then was the bitten fruit. Today, it's the bitten apple logo on every device. The goal in the story was to get forbidden knowledge. Today, our goal is to get all the knowledge in the world through silicon. The result back then, the fall of man. The result now, we're creating this kind of digital Eden that we're all plugged into.
Okay, so let's zoom out and connect all these dots. We've got a winged goddess of aerial warfare on our shoes and a symbol of forbidden knowledge in our pockets. So what does it all mean when you put it together?
So the big takeaway from the source material is this. These logos aren't just clever marketing, they're powerful, ancient symbols, sigils, that are actively writing the code for our reality. And by buying into these brands, by giving them our focus and our cash, we're taking part in a script we don't even know is being written. And that leads us to the final, really unsettling question that the source leaves us with. If the world is being coded by these sigils, and we're the ones buying the shoes, using the phones, wearing the logos, are we the ones funding the ritual? Something to think about.